kids versus adults more prone to making up stories under these circumstances?
Exactly right.
I think that like most, I'm not going to speak for most people, I assume that kids tell the truth. I mean, kids don't always tell the truth, but that they don't understand all the incentives systems around lying that some adults do. And so I think we tend to believe what kids say.
Oh, but kids are actually more susceptible to memory manipulation. So Elizabeth Loftus at Irvine ran these studies years ago where sorry, this is slightly different, but what she's doing in these cases is she says to someone, hey, I talked to your parents. She actually did talk to the person, and she says, I found out a story from when you were younger about the time you got lost in the mall and you were found by this woman in a red hat who then, found your parents and so on. And it turns out she can make these stories completely up and people will come to believe these. And when she interviews them a week later, that is just part of the fact of their life resume, is that they were lost in the mall and found this woman in the red hat and so on.
I mean, that has huge implications for therapy to unearth, repressed memories and so-called repressed memories.
Exactly.
Maybe we need dogs to just, who are completely unbiased, to evaluate the veracity of some of these claims.
Well, here's what I think. Look, you and I grew up in a slightly different world where if I count the number of childhood photos that I have, that I see, I've got like little landmarks every couple of years. Oh, that was me at 8 years old standing in front of my house in Albuquerque, and that was me at 10 years old and so on. But now, we have an Alexa in our kitchen, and it's constantly cycling through the pictures of my kids who see that every day. They say, oh, that was me a few years ago, that was me last month, and so on. I think kids are now much more tightly tied to their memory in a way that might prove very useful.